Okay, so the problem is I'm not allowed to play any music during my live streaming. Wow. But the music I was using just now, the music I used just now is it's copyright free. It's on the public domain, means that it's actually a very, very, very old jazz music. So it should be royalty free and it's in the public domain. But YouTube still detect it and won't allow me to go live streaming. Anyway, let's start this thing. I have to uncover my webcam. Yeah, yesterday I tried to do my very first live streaming, and yeah, it was upside down because I'm using my computer webcam to point it downwards on, and so that you can see what am I doing with my art. But today I'm going to start up all over again. um, but I guess I'll just roughly explain how I got I got inspired by this. This is what I've done yesterday. So this is a concept sketch, just a concept sketch. So yeah, but before that, I have this idea. I want to create an artwork, an illustration for a scene from my fiction, a scene which I written in my fiction. Where's my books? I'm kind of camera shy. I'm sorry. I'm kind of camera shy, and that's why I'm a bit nervous now. This is the book that I wrote. I've published my book, and it's available on NetGalley for art review right now. And if you are some looking for the lightly edited version, then it is available at most of the ebook shop like Kobo, Everrun. I try to get it on Libby, but it's not so easy to get on Libby. Anyway, Storytel also have my book. Anyway, back to the one of the scene. Oops, those are some of the books I read. Anyway, I kind of love this book. It is about artificial intelligence. Yeah, it's a hot topic right now, and yeah, I bought it from somewhere else. I'm also have the actual copy of it. I bought from Amazon, and it's get delivered to me last year. Yeah, I like this story a lot. I mean, it's related to AI and the religion aspect of the story. Anyway, you can always watch other YouTube booktuber reviewing about this story later on. Anyway, get back to my story that I wrote. There's a scene which I try to illustrate. How do I get the yeah, content. It's actually near the ending scene. Yeah. Yes. So the story talks about Mattia when get into the dark portal and then got sent into the dungeon, a prison, a circular prison where the three elders performing their surgery. I mean, it's actually some kind of surgery. So I have this idea where it is inspired by Nero's rotating dining room. So let's go and search. Oh, my WhatsApp. Nero's rotating dining room. Oops, I do not know. I didn't on my Wi-Fi. So it's inspired by this room. Yeah, this is the main inspiration. It's inspired by this room. I guess this is upside down, so I need to show it the way. So this area, but in my narration, I kind of remove the central support here so that I will have more rooms within the dungeon, and then I will have prisons around the area. That's the reimagination. This is the mechanical structure of the rotating dining room. So I kind of like remove the central area, and then I reimagine there will be prison cells surround the area, something like that. And to add up to my inspiration, I'm also referring to some of the art books that I got. This is by Piranesi, inspiration by Piranesi, how it tells us about how Piranesi get his inspiration from the ancient Roman ruins. So yeah, this is the famous Piranesi's imaginary prison. This is his artwork. And what inspired me is from his, yeah, this is the inspiration, his Hadrian's Villa sketches. And they have this structure called grotto. It's an artificial lake where they, uh, yeah, it's an artificial lake. This lake is actually indoor, and my inspiration is more on combining the Nero's dining room, I'm with the concept of the Hadrian's Villa grotto in the style of Piranesi's prison, imaginary prison style. I try to achieve this kind of style. And of course, yesterday when I tried to live stream, I already have a concept sketch. Is my concept sketch. It's just a concept where I have in the middle this little figure, this little stick figure. I'm trying to uh, put here is the three elders, one of the three elders, and the other stick figure in the middle on top of the table is Chlorus, the yeah, one of the character in my story. And yeah, we have this circular structure, and then behind there we'll have the prisons where the three elders help their victims, and then on top of it there will be a rotating structure. So this is the concept of the structure in my mind. And then I'll move on to I'll move on to the illustration. Okay, let's share. It's easier for me to share my screen instead of, anyway. I have a problem yesterday. I mean, not yesterday. Ever since my MacBook having an update, my iPad no longer able to function as a tablet. That's why I'm showing my process here like this. I cannot share my screen. That's the problem. I'm trying to share screen of my desktop window. Yep. Yep. So right now this is my CSP on my desktop, and I need to start a new illustration. Let's start with a larger illustration. And I will have a circular structure. I want my circular to be larger, taller. Yeah. And move it down a little bit. And primitive. Okay. Okay. Anyway, I need this circular structure to create some guidelines for my illustration. I'm trying to imagine a scene where I can see the top of the dungeon and the bottom of the dungeon where all the activities happening at the bottom. And then on top, I will have all the gear structure, which is rotating the platform. That's where the one of the elder got killed there. Just a slight spoiler. Anyway, I'm not a good narrator. I'm not a good speaker. So yeah. And then I'm trying to make a perspective. Yeah. So this is how I imagine it. See? So now I will have my guidelines. This will be my internal guidelines. So you can see that right now we are inside the dungeon. Yeah, with all this. But I need to change a little bit. Yeah. So that, yeah, make it more dramatic. A little tilt can make things become more dramatic. See? Yeah. But then I want to move it forward a bit. Yeah. No. Anyway, what I have done is that I just scroll my mouse. It will change the allocation. So this will change my allocation. You can see the parameters that is changing. It's from the camera. Yeah, see, camera perspective. So I go back to the original perspective so that I can adjust things. Yeah, I think it's too high. If it's too high, I can reduce the size a little. Yeah. And then I get back into the perspective. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's the not really. Move up a bit. Anyway, I know that it's very unbearable to be without music. I when I draw, when I do make art, I normally will play some music. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's great. I might want to remove some of these shadows. Yeah. So this will be my guideline. You see, right now I will have basic structural guidelines to work with, and in the middle. Probably I want to move the perspective a little bit. Mm, like this is too much. Okay. Oops, over. Actually, okay. I think this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Okay, so I will need to move this grid line to my iPad so that I may continue to work with it. Let's save. Dungeon. Save. Let's close it. On desktop. Share. Echo. Okay, now let's go back to my screen. I think something's wrong. Wait, how do I switch back to my anyway? How do I switch back to my webcam? Pop out dashboard. No. Okay, now I have no clue on how to switch back to my screen. Anyway, I'll just end this and see what can I do. Stop sharing. Oh, okay, so that's how. Yes. Sorry, I'm clueless about this thing. Let's see. Yeah, back to my screen. Yeah, I have to apologize. I need to draw in upside down compared to the camera because of this stupid Apple problem. And I might have. Where's my pencil? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, sorry. So this is my idea, the concept sketch. And just now I already sent over. Let's see. The concept sketch. Just now I have a grid line. Yeah, this one is the one that I'm working on. So I'll have this basic grid line. I'll fill in a layer of, I don't use white color, it's too bright. So I use a little bit of gray. And then my lines. Okay, this one, this layer go up. Okay, so right now I'll have the platform. This will be my on. So what's the story? What is this story all about? This is about a story against, I mean, not totally against. I don't have a strong stand on anything, but basically it is about transhumanism. It's about intelligence, human intelligence. So I'll have probably this big. Then I'll have prisons. Hmm. And the pool of this. Oops. And then I'll have the seating, the important elements such as the vents, air vents. I'll have the air vents here. And then I plan to have some gear structure here. So these are some of the details that is more difficult because it related to mechanical structure. So I think it will be a bit difficult. Yeah. Oops. Because I have a center point here. Probably I just make it easier. Yeah, something like this will be easier. I'll make 6. Hmm. Okay. So at the end, I have 8. How do I make 6? Oh, 6. Hmm. It doesn't balance out. I have 3 here. Okay, so we'll have a hexagon. This will do. Yeah. This will be the difficult part. The design will involve the great thing of making art is the process of thinking, process of creativity, trying to find a way and see how it works. This one. Okay. Did I move the thing? No. Yeah, I think I moved the thing. Oops. Okay. And then this will be the toughest area because I need to imagine how the structure works. Of course, the original structure is with the center support, cylindrical support down to the ground, but I might need to think of something else to replace the center. Something else to replace the center. So let's make it more detailed. Something like that. And I like to keep my sketch clean. And with this, I can always duplicate a few more. Yep. So I can actually scale it. Anyway, this thing will be useful later on. Hmm. So right now I'm making another concept sketch. I'm add some gear here. So this part will be something that is like imaginary prison, very Piranesi kind of style. And probably I want to refer it to the clockwork, the chronological clockwork of those mechanical clock, something like that. But I want to make it smaller. Something that can be small. So this kind of imaginary prison-like structure is all about my own imagination on how mechanical works. So it's something like it's it won't make sense. It won't make any mechanical sense. Even Piranesi himself doesn't like this imaginary prison. It doesn't make sense. No, not this one. The one that doesn't make any architectural sense. That's the art. Yeah. Yeah. Like this piece, it doesn't make any logical sense. So this one is his imaginary prison. And yeah, it's everywhere. It's structural, it's everywhere. It doesn't end up in an actual place or an actual dimension. So that is the concept I'm trying to draw on this um, mechanical part. It won't make sense. So yeah, I'll just add the detail later on. Right now it's still a rough sketch. This thing shouldn't be there. So you're representing. Oops. I'll make up with the details later on. So I will have all the gear structure here. I still need to make the turning platform. Okay. And also I will add some ropes dangling down. Some ropes dangling down. Yeah. Some ropes dangling down. No. We can always refer to some mechanical clockwork. Yeah, let's go search some reference. Yeah, we can always look at all these reference. This one not bad. Yeah, this one too much glue. Something like that. Sometimes it's too advanced. I might need to search for rustic kind of reference. So we look at it, we look at these references, and then we appreciate how delicate those details were. Okay, some of them is quite good. And then we train our eyes, we look at it, and then from there we get inspired on how we want to draw. See, we have all this. I think this one will, I mean, if not mistaken, yeah, it's a spring. There's a spring there. They call it balance wheel, is it? Yeah, spring balance. Those are very, I mean, all this, you won't do all this if you use Gen AI to generate your illustration. You won't learn something from the reference. You see, when I look at a reference photo, I learn about all these things. All these things came into my eyes and my brain processed it. I know these things. And because of that, I learned something, which is a process. Gen AI, if you use Gen AI to generate an artwork, you won't go through that process. And that's the difference. That's the reason why making art takes a long time, because it involves learning, reading the references, practicing, processing the information. All this takes time. All this, yeah. Even for myself, when I draw animals, when I draw human, I have reference. I need to refer to to reference, and it's not just copy the reference and that's it. It involves learning from the reference. Like, for example, when I draw a horse, when I draw horses, one of my illustration is with horses. I remove it because I don't have memories. So when I draw horses, I will always refer to my anatomy reference book. This is my anatomy reference book. Yeah, this is my anatomy reference book. I always refer to this book, and I'll look at all the horses, all the details of the horses. I'm not sure you can see the full picture or not, and I don't want YouTube to ban me for copyright stuff. But these are some of the details that you won't see if you use Gen I to generate your illustration. But for artists who wants to draw a perfect horse, we have to study every muscle, every skeleton, how their skeleton moves. We study all this, we understand all this, and then we recreate through our own hands. Yeah, so these are the things that you guys miss out if you use Gen I. I mean, I'm not 100% fully against Gen I. It does save a lot of time, but it also kills a lot of fun. You know, learning is a fun process. Learning is a very, very fruitful process. It's a very fun process. It's a very relaxing process that you guys have missed out. That's the thing. Anyway, so I'll continue to add details. Add details. That's later on. But right now, for the basic, the sketch, the basic line, I need to lay out the basic line. After that, I will add details. There's also ways to add details. The easiest way to add details is you use a feature called upscaling, but it's not available in Clip Studio Paint. I know it's available at Photoshop or other digital illustration software. But again, of course, you kills all the fun. It also kills all the fun because adding details is very therapeutic. It's a very therapeutic. It's a very soothing process. So yeah. So right now I'm trying to. Did I miss something? Um, this one nice. This one is really nice. Swiss. Oops. Sorry. Probably this one I will have some some ropes on this structure, and then this structure will turn another things. By the way, the historical dining room is actually turned by water from the aqueduct. So yeah, this is just a reimagining reimagining of the structure. Mm, I might need to reduce this so that I can see the guidelines, because I kind of miss the guide sometimes. What this guide is for? Okay, so here's the concept. No, this one is already the main sketch. Yeah, this is on my main sketch of the rotating room, something like that. Very steampunk kind of style. And then I'll have a lot of vertical vents in between. Oops. So there will be a vertical vents. Anyway, if you read the story, this is supposed to be a place, a very, very horrible place. Yeah, it's where the three elders have their secret experiments, secret rituals, where they sacrifice all his victims. And they will create a centrifugal force within the structure just to squeeze out blood into the pool. Yeah. So this is a very scary place. So there will be a lot of shadings on here. I'll have all these vents. Okay. So it is roughly something like this. Yeah. Oops. And then they will have all this blood flowing down to this altar. Yep. So that's the thing. I think this one need to move. fluent. Oops. How much the draft later? How much the draft? Okay. Yep. So yep. So this is the anyway. After finish, I will just crop here so that my viewpoint is like this. And then okay. So this is my sketch. I'll continue tomorrow or maybe later afternoon when I'm free. But that's about it for today. I'll spend for like a month or 2 or 3 weeks to complete this sketch since this is not an easy sketch. Yep. Okay. I'll I'll spend a lot of time erase this thing and fine tune the sketch, adding in details and everything. Yeah, I need to merge this. Yeah, merge it. Yeah, it's easier to work with one. So that's about it. So this is how I create art from concept to sketch to adding in details and everything later on. I'll add detail later on. Yeah. Okay, so this is my sketch of the illustration. And let me show you again my concept art. The concept art is something like this. Yeah, this is the concept. There's an elder in the middle, all this. And it's inspired by Piranesi and his artwork and the ancient ruins at the Hadrian's Palace. Yep, and I did search for some reference, the clockworks, all this. I did search for some reference, and yeah, let's continue next round. Okay, let's end this. It's going to be a very, very long streaming. Let's say, and stop, end.